Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Harwick. I'm a network administrator at Maximum IT in beautiful Burlington, Ontario. And today we're going to be talking about Excel 2010, specifically how we can create a basic pie chart in Excel 2010. And even though we're going to be focusing on pie charts, we can really take this and apply it to different types of charts as well, if we'd like to. I might ask, Ryan, why would I create a pie chart? Only because pie charts are the most convincing tool ever designed by humanity, period. It's a scientific fact. Any argument, any presentation is made 100% convincing, compelling, and golden when accompanied by a pie chart. Instantly. That's why you need to use pie charts. Okay? If somebody were to come off the street and say, "Hey Ryan, the sky's red," I would say, "No, it's not, it's blue." But let's say that same person then says, "Hey, take a look at this and tell me that then." And I'm presented with this. I cannot argue that the sky is blue anymore. My argument is instantly eroded by the glory that is the pie chart. I am forced to admit, based on logic and reason, that the sky must indeed be red because this pie chart is telling me it is. That's why you need to use pie charts. Need I say more? I don't think so. So let's figure out how to do it. So in order to create a simple pie chart, we're going to just focus on the basics today. We're going to click on Microsoft Excel 2010, this link down here. I can click on it, or I can come up to Start, All Programs, go down to my Microsoft Office here, there it is, and Excel 2010, and launch it up. There we go. So now I need some data. Before I can do a chart, I have to have data for that chart. So I'm just going to type in something. I'm going to just type in a title, so I'm going to say Ryan's favorite fast food. Okay. And then here I'm going to type in a few fast food joints: Wendy's, Burger King. Oh my god, I'm failing at spelling today. Burger King and McDonald's. There we go. And then I'm going to type some percentages. So let's say I prefer Wendy's 50% of the time, which is probably true. Burger King is maybe 30 and McDonald's is 20. Let's do it up like that. So I've got my data for my pie chart. Now what I can do, it's easiest to do, is just highlight the data that I want to use. So in this case I want Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, and these percentages. Now I need to come up here to Insert, this tab that says Insert, because I want to insert a chart. I'm going to click on that, and you can see there's a chart section here in the middle. And then I'm going to choose the pie chart, which is the Mac Daddy of all charts, as we've discussed in this particular case. Now I can choose between different types of charts. I can choose between a 2D pie chart, these different styles, or a 3D pie chart. Let's go with the 3D pie chart because, hey, why not? Let's make it 3D. Now you're going to notice that there's a problem. We've got the different categories on the right here, but I don't have my actual data. And that's because if you look over here on the left with our data sections, the purple box is actually where our categories are coming from. So it's reading that information from these cells here. But my data is actually being taken right now from the columns B and C in these cells. Now there's nothing in the B cells over here. So I need to actually shrink this down a bit. So I can just go to one of the corners of this box, left click, hold my mouse button and drag it. Okay? Just like so. So I'm only going to select those cells that are in the C column. Now once I do that, boom, there's my pie chart. Now let's say I want to do a couple of basic things. Maybe I want to change the colors because I don't like the color scheme that Microsoft has chosen by default here. What I need to do is actually select these categories individually. So let's say I want to change the color for Wendy's. I click once, left click on Wendy's. Now you can see it highlights the entire field. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could take and move this around actually a little bit if I wanted to. Okay, by just clicking and dragging. But let's see, now I want to highlight Wendy's specifically. I just hover my mouse over the word Wendy's, click again. And you can see now only that Wendy's is selected. Now what I would do is right click to bring up a context menu. And you can see there's a paint can icon here, shape fill. Now what I would do is just hit this little drop down here, and then I can change the color. Notice as I hover over the colors, it gives me a bit of a preview. So I'm going to make it, let's say, orange. Wendy's is going to be orange. I'll click on that. There we go, that's it. And I want to change Burger King, let's say. So again, I click on the Burger King, and it's only Burger King selected, so I have to make sure that's the case. Then right click and come in here and change this as well. So let's change it to, let me see here. Let's change it to brown. There we go. And last but not least, McDonald's. I'm going to right click. Again, go to the shape fill section here, and let's choose something else for McDonald's. Let's choose, I don't know, yellow. There we go. There's my incredibly ugly pie chart. That's pretty much it. Now, from here, we can also choose different types of styles. So up at the top here, you see there's different types of layouts that I can choose. So I can adjust my layout by clicking here. Now, if I click on this type of layout, you can see I can actually add a chart title. So if I click on that title, I can just highlight the text, again using the left mouse button, hit backspace to kind of blank it out and say, you know, fast food favorites or something like that, and then hit enter, or not hit enter, sorry, just click anywhere else, and it saves that text there. Okay. I also choose different styles of charts or different designs up at the top here if I'd like as well. But let's say this is good enough. This is what we want. So now I've got this in my Excel chart. I can actually click over here and move this chart around if I want to. Now, the only thing to move the entire chart, you just have to make sure that you're clicking and dragging in an area that isn't highlighting something else. Because if I, for instance, click on the chart itself and go to move it, you can see I can actually space things out and move things in a way I don't want to move them. So I might be, now what I'm doing is actually moving this Wendy section away for illustrative purposes so I can see a separation there, for instance. So in order to move the entire chart, I just want to kind of click up here in the corner somewhere instead, and then I can move that chart around in my spreadsheet. But let's say, you know, I've created my chart, and now I want to put it in something like Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint for a presentation. What I can do is I can highlight make sure I click in the chart area so the chart's active, and then I can right click and another context menu comes up, and then in that context menu there's copy. So I can do that, choose copy, and then I can open up another program like Microsoft Word, which I just happen to have down here, and click on that. Then what I need to do is just right click, and there's some paste options. So I can choose some different paste options. The first one's usually the one that you want to do, so you just paste it. There we go. And now it's in there. Now I can move this around in Microsoft Word a little bit if I want, or I can make it bigger by coming to the area and make the chart area bigger if I'd like, and then save this in a Word document or a PowerPoint. It's the exact same in PowerPoint. I just have to right click on the slide and choose paste. So that's pretty much it. That's how you create a very simple basic chart in Excel. Now, we talked about pie charts, but really when you're creating these charts, you can choose, if I go to insert, I mean, you don't have to choose pie, you can choose bar, you can choose column, you can choose line, and it's going to pull from that same data and arrange it differently. Even if I want to, there's actually a way in here, when I'm in here, if I right click, you can actually change the chart type. So I can come in here and change the chart type. Instead of it being a pie chart, I can make it, you know, a bar graph instead and hit OK. And then you can see it's going to change it up into a different type of chart for me. So that's pretty much it. So just a quick tutorial on creating basic charts in Excel 2010. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.